You are listening to Bedtime Dreamy Tales. Share and subscribe our channel. Story title, The Golden Key, Part 3. The fish was out of the door in a moment. Then the lady told Tangle it was time to go to bed, and, opening another door in the side of the cottage, showed her a little arbor, cool and green, with a bed of purple heath growing in it, upon which she threw a large wrapper made of the feathered skins of the wise fishes, shining gorgeous in the firelight. Tangle was soon lost in the strangest, loveliest dreams, and the beautiful lady was in every one of her dreams. In the morning, she woke to the rustling of leaves over her head and the sound of running water. But, to her surprise, she could find no door, nothing but the moss-grown wall of the cottage. So she crept through an opening in the arbor and stood in the forest. Then she bathed in a stream that ran merrily through the trees and felt happier. For having once been in her grandmother's pond, she must be clean and tidy ever after, and, having put on her green dress, felt like a lady. She spent that day in the wood, listening to the birds and beasts and creeping things. She understood all that they said, though she could not repeat a word of it, and every kind had a different language, while there was a common though more limited understanding between all the inhabitants of the forest. She saw nothing of the beautiful lady, but she felt that she was near her all the time, and she took care not to go out of sight of the cottage. It was round, like a snow hut or a wigwam, and she could see neither door nor window in it. The fact was, it had no windows, and though it was full of doors, they all opened from the inside and could not even be seen from the outside. She was standing at the foot of a tree in the twilight, listening to a quarrel between a mole and a squirrel, in which the mole told the squirrel that the tail was the best of him, and the squirrel called the mole Spade Fists. When, the darkness having deepened around her, she became aware of something shining in her face, and looking round, saw that the door of the cottage was open and the red light of the fire flowing from it like a river through the darkness. She left Mole and Squirrel to settle matters as they might and darted off to the cottage. Entering, she found the pot boiling on the fire and the grand lovely lady sitting on the other side of it. "I've been watching you all day," said the lady. "You shall have something to eat by and by, but we must wait till our supper comes home." She took Tangle on her knee and began to sing to her, such songs as made her wish she could listen to them forever. But at length in rushed the shining fish and snuggled down in the pot. It was followed by a youth who had outgrown his worn garments. His face was ruddy with health, and in his hand he carried a little jewel which sparkled in the firelight. The first words the lady said were, "What is that in your hand, Mossy?" Now Mossy was the name his companions had given him, because he had a favourite stone covered with moss, on which he used to sit whole days reading, and they said the moss had begun to grow upon him too. Mossy held out his hand. The moment the lady saw that it was the golden key, she rose from her chair, kissed Mossy on the forehead, made him sit down on her seat, and stood before him like a servant. Mossy could not bear this, and rose at once. But the lady begged him, with tears in her beautiful eyes, to sit, and let her wait on him. "But you are a great, splendid, beautiful lady," said Mossy. "Yes, I am, but I work all day long. That is my pleasure, and you will have to leave me so soon." "How do you know that, if you please, madam?" asked Mossy. "Because you have got the golden key? But I don't know what it is for. I can't find the keyhole. Will you tell me what to do?" "You must look for the keyhole. That is your work. I cannot help you. I can only tell you that if you look for it, you will find it." "What kind of box will it open? What is there inside?" "I do not know. I dream about it, but I know nothing." "Must I go at once?" "You may stop here tonight and have some of my supper, but you must go in the morning. All I can do for you is to give you clothes. Here is a girl called Tangle, whom you must take with you." "That will be nice," said Mossy. "No, no," said Tangle. "I don't want to leave you. Please, grandmother." "You must go with him, Tangle. I am sorry to lose you, but it will the best thing for you. Even the fishes, you see, have to go into the pot, and then out into the dark. If you fall in with the old man of the sea, mind you ask him whether he has not got some more fishes ready for me. My tank is getting thin." So saying, she took the fish from the pot and put the lid on as before. They sat down and ate the fish, and then the winged creature rose from the pot, circled the roof, and settled on the lady's lap. She talked to it, carried it to the door, and threw it out into the dark. They heard the flap of its wings die away in the distance. The lady then showed Mossy into just such another chamber as that of Tangle. And in the morning, he found a suit of clothes laid beside him. He looked very handsome in them. But the wearer of grandmother's clothes never thinks about how he or she looks, but thinks always how handsome other people are. Tangle was very unwilling to go. If you like this story, please give this video a like. For more stories, go to bedtimedreamytales.com. See you in the next story.